All right, Mice. Great football news once again out of Columbia, South Carolina. The Gamecocks football program continues to build momentum this offseason, making big news in the recruiting game. You have the story, Mice, on a couple of massive stories for the South Carolina football program. But before I hand it over to you, Gamecocks fans, we want to hear from you in the comment section below. Look, obviously, next season, I know you guys are all looking forward to playing and in your minds beating Clemson again. But we want to hear from you. What opponent are you looking forward to playing the most outside of Clemson? Let us know in the comment section below what team you're looking forward to suiting up and playing against next season. And while you're down there, make sure you hit subscribe so that way you get all of our Carolina content sent right to you whenever we publish it, because we publish a lot of Carolina content. So make sure you subscribe. But Miles, give us the latest out of Columbia.
Yeah, Nick, I have two big-time recruits coming to South Carolina. First is a guy coming in the class of 2024. The big-time Carolina fans already know about this guy, but this one is massive, not just in, the gravity of the signing, Nick, but obviously his size as well. This is one of the biggest players I think I've ever seen being just a junior in high school, and that's none other than Cam Pringle out of Woodland High School in Dorchester, South Carolina. He's staying home. He's going to be a Carolina Gamecock committed for the class of 2024. But Nick, this guy, he's on, his 247 Sports, 24/7 Sports chart. He's listed as 6'7", 338 pounds as a junior in high school. That's insane. He is a 4-star player. He's a number 9 offensive tackle. He's number 3 player in South Carolina right now. He just looks like a beast. He is a man amongst boys out there in high school. I really haven't seen a guy come into South Carolina that looks this big and like this much of a freak of nature athlete type of the guy since Jadeveon Clowney came.
Yeah.
When I saw Clowney playing in high school, it looked like this guy. He was just so much bigger, stronger than everybody else. And that's kind of what this guy reminds me of. What do you think about this Cam Pringle signing, and how big is this for South Carolina down the stretch?
I think obviously it looks like he's going to be a top prospect and hopefully a good player for the Gamecocks. But what I really like about the South Carolina program here is look who they got this recruit, this commitment from. This guy Pringle had offers and was looking hard at Clemson, was looking hard at Georgia, was looking hard at Tennessee, looking hard at North Carolina State, NC State. And mind you, we love talking about the Smoky Mountain Corridor. We're talking upstate Carolinas. We're talking Georgia. We're talking Tennessee, that brutally competitive area that teams in this part of the country have to win if they're going to win the SEC East. Georgia has to win if they're going to win. Tennessee is competitive there. Clemson has won it for a long time as well in their glory days. Carolina has got to get more competitive in that arena. And the fact that they're able to get a guy from South Carolina competing with the other schools in this neck of the woods tells me this recruiting element of Carolina is back to where it was in the Steve Spurrier days, Miles. I think that's the biggest story in all this, is that Carolina is starting to win back these guys that play in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina area, all through the Smoky Mountains. And, last couple of years may have gone to Clemson, may have gone to Tennessee, may have gone to Georgia. Getting Pringle to commit at this point shows me that the recruiting game is back thanks to Coach Beamer. But they're not done in the recruiting game, Miles. Give me another big-time recruit that comes in a little bit earlier than 2024 that Carolina was able to pull off.
Yeah, Nick, coming in this year, and I don't quite think Alabama falls into the Smoky Mountain Corridor, but, it's kind of close. It's still in the general vicinity of the South, recruiting guys from the South. And this guy is a steal, Nick. We're talking about Peyton Argent, kicker/punter out of Hoover down in Alabama. Everyone remembers the old TV show with Hoover High School down there. A lot of big-time talent in Alabama. And this guy is no different, Nick. People might not know this, but from the Coles professional kicking camp, he's a 5-star rated kicker, a 4.5-star rated punter. So he can do both, Nick. He's a very good kicker and a very good punter. And I think Peyton Argent is going to be a big-time addition to a South Carolina team that has been known in the past to produce really good kickers and punters. Nick, you think of Ryan Suckup, an all-time great who's really great in the NFL as well. You got Elliott Fry, who's still bouncing around the league as well. And then from more recently, Parker White was a great kicker for South Carolina as well. They have some really, really good kicking talent in recent history. So a guy like Argent coming into this program, I think he's going to be big time because South Carolina knows how to take a guy like this and make him into a weapon.